Hello, friends. Welcome to the Mario and Djoker podcast, your go-to show for all things NBA, and this is episode 7. You can find us on X at Mario NBA Chile and at Danko8C. Today we'll be discussing which players were never considered the best in the world. But first, here with me, I got my co-host Djoker. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, brother. Good to be here, man.
It's good to be here, man. Another week, another show. We keep getting better. That's the goal.
Damn right, man.
So we're here, man. I appreciate you joining me as always. So let's get right into it. Oh, we gotta make sure to tell the audience that in the last 2 episodes we did the best player in the world year by year. It was a pretty good exercise, a historical exercise as well. So what do you think about if we start maybe doing like a little a quick recap of players that were at least for 1 year the best player in the world?
Yeah, I'm good with that, man. Let's do a quick recap so people know like which names made the list, you know?
Yup. So starting from 1950, George Mikan, Dolph Chase, Bob Pettit,
Yeah.
Bill Russell, Wilt, Will the Steel, Jerry West, Kareem, Moses, Magic, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon, Tim Duncan, Shaq, KG, Kevin Garnett, Kobe, LeBron, Dirk, Steph, Giannis, and Joker. I
Yeah,
think that's the list, right?
that's just about all the names. I don't think you missed anybody. That's pretty much all the names.
Yup,
We
that's
had a
pretty much.
few maybes in there. We had a few guys we were discussing in there that didn't quite make it, like Kawhi in 2019, and we had a couple, right? But that's the list.
Yup. So let's get right into it, man. Oh, and I forgot to say this. If you got any questions for us, just put it in the chat. We'll be reading them. So we're gonna have a great podcast for y'all. So who do you want to start with?
So let's start from the early NBA.
Let's do it.
So the first name that kind of came to my mind, right, in the '60s was that triple double guy, huh? The Big O, Oscar Robertson.
Oscar Robertson from the Cincinnati Royals, even though he also played with Kareem in Milwaukee. Obviously, I was saying this. I think I said this to you before. Like, probably he's the statistically the best player who was never the best. You know?
Oh, for sure. Like honestly, man, the Big O these days flies under the radar. Like to me, he's one of the offensive goats. Like no doubt about it. Like I have some interesting numbers here. I got a question for you. Do you know which player was leading the number one offense in the league the most times?
Ever
Ever.
the best offense. Um, I'm quote unquote cheating. Probably Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're talking about him. He's the one who did it the most times. He did it 8 times. So his first 5 seasons, when he averaged the triple double, every one of those years, the Cincinnati Royals had the number one offense in the league. From 61 to 65, 5 straight years, and then
Even
another
his
year,
rookie year. That's crazy.
including
That's
his rookie
insane.
year. Yeah, yeah.
Let me ask you this: what deep it's not how do you differentiate or how you separate like offensive rating and points per game? Should we use offensive rating for all years, for most of the years?
Well, why not? I mean, the Cincinnati Royals had the best offensive rating in the league.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I was saying like some people will use like points per game instead of offensive rating. Why should we use, the better question might be, why should we use offensive rating instead of points per game?
Oh, because offensive rating is adjusted for pace, right?
For
If you
100, right?
Yeah, if you just use points per game, then a team can be number one just because they play fast and not because they have the best offense.
Damn,
You have to, you gotta,
that's a good response.
yeah, you gotta adjust it for pace. Otherwise, you're just looking at points, which I don't know can be inflated if a team plays faster than others.
What do you make about points per possession?
Yeah, that worked.
Because
That
the other
worked.
day I saw that Denver this year and Boston this year are the two best offenses in NBA history per possession, like points per possession.
Yeah, that works. That works. Like if you multiply points per possession by 100, you will get the offensive rating. Like that's how it works.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was thinking about that. It's like a simplification of offensive rating, right?
Yeah. You just divide it by 100, and then you get points per possession.
That's great. That's great. That's great. So Oscar Robertson. Wow. So how many years did his teams led the league in offensive rating?
So I was gonna say, right, for Oscar, right, his first 5 years, those were his best statistical years too. He led the number one offense in each of the first 5 years, and then he led the number two offense for a couple of years, and then in 1969 he led another number one offense with Cincinnati. But that team didn't even make the playoffs. They were so bad on defense. They were number one on offense, but they were horrible on defense. And then he got traded to Milwaukee, and then he did it two more times with Kareem in Milwaukee. So 8 times Oscar played on a number one offense, which is the record.
Oh yeah. And let me ask you this: before he went to Milwaukee, who was Oscar Robertson best teammate? Because he never got to the finals, right? He won MVP, never made the. Did he make the finals when he was in Cincinnati?
No, he didn't. I mean, he was in the same conference as Russell and the Celtics, so it was pretty hard to make the finals. His best teammate was Jerry Lucas.
Power forward, center.
Yeah,
Forward.
yeah. Jack Twyman was a good player too. Like those two were his best teammates. But they didn't have any defensive talent. Like they always were horrible in defense, and they relied on Oscar like carrying them on offense, which he did better than just about anybody in history, right? Like,
Yep. Was he the first tall point guard before Magic? He was 6'5", 6'6", right?
yeah, he was 6'6". He used to post up smaller guards. Yeah, just a monster, man. Like he was putting up 30 points a game on like plus 10 efficiency. Like led the league in assists. Just a monster.
Let me ask you this: What do you before we move on? What do you think? What do you think? A lot of people doesn't have him when it comes to top five point guards of all time. It's like we mentioned Jason Kidd, Nash, Stockton, Magic. We mentioned many other names, but why he doesn't come up?
It's crazy to have a top 5 point guard list and not have Oscar. I think he has to be like number 3 after Magic and Steph. Like he has to be number 3. I don't know who else you could put above him. Like he's got to be number 3. Like after Magic and Steph.
Easily top 5. Easily.
Easily.
That was a good conversation about Oscar Robertson. He also won a title with Milwaukee, and he played 4 years there.
I mean, I like the Magic comparison, right? Like the crazy thing is like Oscar was a much better scorer than Magic, and he was still like an insanely good playmaker. So I don't know. That just gives you an idea of how good Oscar was. Like Oscar was crazy good.
The only this doesn't only apply to Oscar Robertson, but I would love to see how many turnovers, blocks, steals he was getting at that time.
Yeah, he was a big guard, so he was also a pretty good defender. Like he was probably getting quite a few steals and blocks.
Oscar Robertson, that's a great name to start the conversation. Who should we go next? Who should be next? In the 60s?
I mean, we touched on him a little bit in the previous episode, like a guy who was never the best player but was really, really good. Elgin Baylor, right? Elgin Baylor.
Monster.
All right, Elgin Baylor was amazing. He was yeah, like a small forward. Like he's kind of like I don't know who I would compare him to, like from modern players. Like maybe like the original Dwayne Wade, maybe, or something like that. Like
like a
guy was
slasher
fast, but
to the
yeah,
rim.
yeah, fast,
I
athletic, getting to the rim well. Like great rebounder for a small forward. Like
I'm not I don't know if I'm right, but I think I read before that the superstar the term, my bad, the term superstar was coined for Elgin Baylor.
yeah, yeah. There are a lot of stories about him. Like everyone who played in that era like speaks very highly of Elgin Baylor. Like I remember like Bill Russell and Dr. J and all these old school players, when they give their best starting five of all time, they both put Elgin Baylor on their list.
And also he's probably the best player who never won a title.
Yeah, yeah. Like they gave him the title in '72, but he didn't even play most of the year or the playoffs.
Oh yeah, he tore his Achilles at that time.
Yeah, and this was an era that they didn't have surgery and all that. Like guys had to try to recover like naturally. You know what I mean?
Wow, he played 11 games in his last 2 years in the league. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had a lot of injuries, man. Even early in his career, like his prime was kind of like cut short. Like he had a lot of injuries too.
So we got Oscar so far and Elgin Baylor. Should we go to the 70s now? Probably.
Okay, another guy that was kind of in the '60s and '70s that I would talk about briefly is maybe Nate Thurmond. I think is another guy we're talking about.
Oh yeah. Great rebounder, defender.
Yeah. He gave both Wilt and Kareem a lot of problems. Like he was an amazing man defender, like at the center position.
One thing that I remember, this is very simple or stupid, but one thing that I remember about Nate Thurman is people making fun of him because he looks older than what he was, at that time.
Yeah. Like there were a lot of jokes like circulating how Nate Thurmond is LeBron's dad because he's also from Akron, Ohio.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There were a lot of funny theories that Nate Thurmond is LeBron's dad. Yeah.
Damn, Steph, LeBron, Nate Thurman.
Yeah, they all look older, right? Like LeBron, when he came in as a rookie, he looked like he was 40, right?
He was a grown man
I know, right?
in a teenager's body.
Yeah, Nate Thurman's the same way. Yeah, Greg Oden too, right? He looked old too.
Oh yeah, Nate Thurman. I mean, Greg Oden for the Blazers, right? The Blazers.
Yeah.
So 70s. I got some names here.
All right, go ahead, man.
Bob McAdoo. He played for the Braves.
I love that mention, man. I love Bob McAdoo.
He one thing that I remember about him is that who he was. I think he was a teammate of the Lakers at that time. That he was saying that Bob McAdoo used to talk trash to Kareem. He was saying, "Oh, Kareem, when you was younger, I was beating your behind."
Dude, Bob McAdoo was a walking bucket, man. Like Bob McAdoo was like Kevin Durant of the '70s. Like except he was bigger and stronger, right? Like he was unreal.
But he's forgotten. In my opinion, it's like if you ask, or maybe I'm like thinking of in casual terms, but he doesn't get brought up very often.
Which is crazy, man. It's crazy. Like recently I was brainstorming some names, like trying to make like a top 50 list of all time. I think Bob McAdoo was right on the border. Like, I'm not sure if he would make my top 50, but if not, he would be very, very close. Like Bob McAdoo is
around that.
Yeah, maybe top 60 for sure. Yeah, like top 60.
Bob McAdoo, he won MVP with the Buffalo Braves. He was a center, right? He was a center.
Yeah, basically the guy, when you watch him play, he's like a stronger Kevin Durant. Basically, like he played more as a big man, but basically Kevin Durant, like the dude had range, he could shoot from anywhere, had a good handle, could take it to the basket. Like reminds me the most of KD, honestly.
Oh, and in his first years as a professional, he was getting a lot of bloods too. 3.3, 2.1, 2.1.
Incredible player, man. Incredible player. Like if he had better teammates in Buffalo, like they could have done more damage. Like they could have won some championships.
He won a title with the Lakers, right, in the 80s as a
Yeah,
role
he
player.
won. He won two rings, the '82 and the '85.
Oh, 80. Oh, yeah, yeah, 82 and 85. Damn. I thought it was only one.
No, he won two rings, but he played a much bigger role in the '82 team. Like the '82 team, like he was very, very, like again underrated. Like nobody talks about him on that team. Everyone's like Magic and Kareem, but Bob McAdoo was there. Was a big contributor.
Um, I agree 100%. What about Wes Unseld?
Oh, I like that mention too. Wes Unseld.
I think he won most valuable player in his rookie year.
To be honest, he didn't deserve that one, man. Like that award looks weird now. Like I have no idea how he won it over like
Jerry
Wilt
West.
and Russell and Willis Reed. I don't know.
Yeah, Wes Unseld. He won a title later with the Washington Bullets. Before then, they were the Baltimore Bullets. But and there's like not a conspiracy theory, but I think in the 78 finals, I think he somebody else on the team was the finals MVP winner. Do you know
Elvin
that?
Hayes, yeah. Elvin Hayes, yeah.
They on TV at that time in the TV broadcast, they said, "Oh, he won the finals MVP," but then they gave it up to Wes Unseld.
Yeah, Wes Unseld stole the regular season MVP in '69, and then he stole the finals MVP in '78. He stole two MVPs.
He played 12 years in the league.
Was a good player though. Wes Unseld was very good.
Huge rebounder as well, and at the end of his career was limited offensively, but wow, crazy. He won MVP and Finals MVP. Not a lot of people would think of him. If I ask somebody, name me a player that won MVP and Finals MVP, I don't think a lot of people would get his name.
Probably not. Yeah, there were a lot of great big men in the '70s.
Willis Reed.
Yeah, Willis Reed. Oh, got destroyed by injuries, but hell of a player. Willis Reed was amazing. How about
Bill
the biggest
Walton?
name? Bill Walton. I was just gonna say, you beat me to it. Bill Walton. Bill Walton is one of the best centers ever in terms of peak. Like if you look at 1 year peak, like Bill Walton was really, really awesome.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that his peak was cut short, right?
Yeah, he basically won the title in '77, and then in '78 he tore his knee, and that was it. He was never like a superstar again.
Oh, and again, another player that won MVP of the regular season and Finals MVP, but not a lot of people would bring him up.
Yeah, Dave Cowens.
Dave Cowens, another one with the Boston Celtics, winning two titles in the 70s, 74, 76, with alongside Johnny Havlicek.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Cowens.
Cowens.
Did he win? Did he won Finals MVP? I don't think so, right?
Cowens? No. Havlicek won one, and I think JoJo White won the other one.
Oh yeah. The forgotten JoJo White. Damn. Yeah. Bill Walton. What about Julius Erving? Obviously probably most of the best years of his career were played in the ABA, but some people, probably old school cats, will be surprised that we didn't have Julius Erving as the best player in the world in 1 year.
I mean, you could make a case for him. I think you can give it to Dr. J maybe in '76, maybe, right? Because he was so good in the ABA.
Julius Erving, yeah, late '70s, late '70s.
Yeah, and then even when he came into the NBA, he still had a few years where he was probably like the second best player or like the third best player, like behind Kareem, behind Moses, behind Bird. Like he had a few like really good years, like from '77 to like '82, right?
Oh yeah. Perennial MVP candidate, averaging 20 points, over 20 points per game. Huge dunker, one of the greatest dunkers ever. Great in transition. He also won a title, won an MVP in the league.
Great help defender and shot blocker. He's the best shot blocker for a non-big.
Small forward, as a small forward.
The best shot blocker, if you exclude power forwards and centers, he's the best shot blocker ever. Dr. J.
So that's we have covered the '60s and mostly and the '70s. What about if we go to the '80s?
The '80s. Let's. How about
Who should
Isaiah
we start
Thomas?
with? Oh, Bob Cousy. I mean, obviously we already talked about those decades, but Cousy was from the '60s. In the '80s, oh, Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas. I always I like when people bring his name up when they are talking about smaller guards that were the best player in a championship team, because it's not very often that you can win a title being a 6'3" guard and the best player in your team, on your team.
Yeah, Isaiah was ahead of his time. Like he was the first one who started doing all the crossovers and like the
Fancy
Euro
handle.
steps, all the crazy dribbles, right?
He was shooting threes, right? Not at a high volume, but he was a good shooter as well.
Yeah, Isaiah is one of those guys that would be even better in today's league. Like today's league would suit him very well.
Very quick first step. And I always remember Isaiah Thomas. The first memory or the one thing that I connect with Isaiah is the 26 points, I think, in one quarter in the finals.
Yeah, in the '88 finals. Yeah, on a messed up ankle. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good ass finals. The good ass final. So Isaiah Thomas, he won 2 titles with the Pistons. I really like Isaiah when he talks trash to Michael. He said, I'm the only, quote unquote, I'm the only one who beat Michael, Larry Bird, and Magic. I like that attitude, like the bad boy attitude.
Yeah, you gotta love how he puts himself in that conversation, right? It's like I'm with those guys, huh?
Oh yeah, that's a great point as well. It's like Magic, Bird, Michael, and Isaiah. It's like,
Yeah, you're not quite on their level. You're not quite on their level, Isaiah.
Yeah. Oh, and did you hear what he said about Michael recently?
Yeah. He's spewing crap all the time, right? Yeah, he's like Michael is great just because of his shoes, right?
Oh yeah. That's funny to say the least. To say, oh, Michael, y'all praise him because he's a great shoe seller.
The funny thing is, almost all the guys who play for the bad boy Pistons, right, except John Sally and Rodman, all the other guys, like they always hate on Jordan, huh? All the other guys.
Yep.
Isaiah, Lambeer, Vinnie Johnson, like all of them always talk shit about Jordan, huh? Because he wouldn't shake their hand when they got swept in the playoffs.
Wow, that's a sore loser mentality. So Isaiah Thomas. Then in the '80s, the '80s. Who else?
I mean, there aren't a lot in the '80s that
Yeah.
would even have a case to be the best. Like the '80s was really stacked. Like the players that were the best were so much better than everyone else. I mean, there's not a lot of names. There's Dr. J and maybe Isaiah. Uh, I don't know. The other guys are not that close. Maybe George Gervin is an honorable mention. He was a great scorer.
Oh yeah, with the Spurs and the finger roll.
Yeah, George Gervin.
So let's go. Let's jump into the '90s. I got some names here. David Robinson, the Admiral.
Yeah, man. Man, it's crazy. David Robinson is like when you look at him in the regular season, like his on off numbers, like all the impact numbers, like everything, like he looks like he could be one of the goats. Like David Robinson looks insane in the regular season, but then I don't know the playoffs. Like his teams lose, and his scoring goes way down, and yeah, like I don't know what to think of David Robinson. I think we need more data on David Robinson. Like I think at some point when I finish Magic and Kareem, I might go and track some David Robinson games.
Oh, so can you plug in your website? Let me see if I got it here. bballhistorydatabase.com. Can you tell us something? Can you tell us about your work there? Amazing work.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I'm constantly adding more profiles. I have I think about 15 player profiles right now. I'm always adding more. I'm gonna add some stat leaderboard soon too. Like I think I'm gonna publish like a big update, maybe like in 10 days or something. Like I'm planning definitely in January before January ends. There's gonna be like a big release with a lot more profiles.
That's what's up, man. So go support and go check it. Go check bballhistorydatabase.com.
But yeah, man,
But
I'm planning to like right now. I'm tracking the Showtime Lakers. Like I'm doing the '87 finals right now, like with Magic and Kareem and Bird. Once I'm done with all the Lakers, like up until the end of Magic's career, then I'm thinking of doing David Robinson next, actually, because I want to get some playoff numbers for David Robinson.
that's what's up, and much obviously much appreciated. What about Barkley? As well as David Robinson, he won an MVP. Barkley got to the finals in '93 with the Phoenix Suns.
Oh my
Um,
God, man! I was having this argument on Real GM. Like, there's a couple of guys on there who were like, they made a thread. Someone made a thread like, how good would Charles Barkley be today? And then there's like best player, top 3, top 5, top 10. And then there were a few people who were voting like not in the top 10. And I'm like, are these people crazy? Charles freaking Barkley?
oh, in the '90s,
No, like if you move Charles Barkley today, where do you think he would rank among the best players?
Charles Barkley. Um, damn, my mic went off. Um, Charles Barkley with this play style, top 15 without a doubt. Top 10, man. I don't know.
For sure, bro, he would be higher. Like, I don't know, top 10 is very conservative. Like, I think he would be same as he was in his era, like top 5. Like prime Charles Barkley. Like he was unstoppable in transition. Like who's gonna stop him going to the rim, right?
Maybe the fact that he was even though maybe we are starting to move on from a little bit of a small ball, maybe that can tarnish a little bit
Dude,
his
other than LeBron, like running on the break, like Barkley is the other guy that people were like stepping out of the way. They didn't want to be in his way when he's running to the basket. Like Barkley was like when he got a head full of steam, you got out of the way. You know what I mean?
Yup.
You did not want to stand in his way. Like he was so fast, so strong. He could handle the ball. He could pass the ball. Like I don't know, Barkley on offense is just unstoppable. And like his teams had unstoppable offenses, like both in Philly and in Phoenix. I don't know. You can't really argue with the results. Like his offenses were crazy, like out of this world crazy. Like
Top five, I don't know. With Jokic, Shea, Giannis, Luka, Wemby.
I would definitely take Jokic over him. I think everyone else is debatable. Like over peak Barkley.
Really?
Yeah, man. I would think Jokic over him.
I'm too low. Maybe I'm lower on Charles Barkley.
Dude, like he could with today's small ball lineups. Like you stick him at small forward. Like
I was about to ask you, he was probably gonna be playing like small forward, right?
Yeah, like he did in Philly too. Like he only played power forward in Phoenix. Like he would play small forward today, and he's just so freaking strong. Like for a small forward, like nobody could handle him. Like he's basically like a smaller Jokic. Like nobody could handle him.
I gotta watch more Barkley, man. I need to
Dude,
watch
I'm
more
serious,
Barkley.
man. Like Barkley would just be a monster. Like Barkley was a monster even in his era. Like Barkley was crazy. Like
the only thing about Barkley is that, I mean, not the only, but one of the things that comes to my mind is the fact that they had to put a rule because of him, right? The 5 seconds rule, back to the basket.
Yeah.
But
because he was so strong, yeah, like eventually
you couldn't move him.
He would back everybody down to the basket. You couldn't do anything.
And he was he 6'4", 6'5"?
He was like 6'5", but with long arms and like really really heavy, really strong, like
country strong.
Yeah, it's funny. Like you watch him. Like I was watching the 1989 series recently with Barkley against the Knicks, and the Knicks were trying to put all these bodies on him. Like when they put like Charles Oakley was one of the strongest players in the league. Charles Oakley could not handle Barkley. Like he would get moved out like easily. Like could not handle Barkley. And then they put on Patrick Ewing on Barkley, and Barkley would just beat him off the dribble and dunk the ball.
89 was that?
Yeah, 89.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it later.
Barkley was crazy. Like he was a matchup nightmare. Like you couldn't put anybody on Barkley to contain him.
So that's what about Karl Malone? Another player that won an MVP during that decade.
Karl Malone was just like his conditioning and his strength. Like he would just keep pounding you down low, and then later on in his career, he started shooting those little jumpers.
Mid-range?
Yeah, those jumpers, man.
With the long ass wristbands,
Yeah, but I don't know. The problem with Malone is that, like, in the playoffs, like, teams would take away the easy baskets, and then, like, he couldn't really, like, he wasn't a good finisher around the basket. Like, Malone wasn't a good finisher at the rim. Like, unlike Barkley. Barkley was a ridiculously good finisher. Malone was not a good finisher at the basket, so then he had to only shoot those little fadeaway jumpers, right, which were not that effective.
Yep. So
that's kind of the problem with Malone. But then again, Malone was a better defender than Barkley. So I don't know. It's a good debate between them. I think Barkley versus Malone is a good debate.
Is it crazy to put Barkley above Karl Malone in the all-time power forward list?
Not at all. Not at all. Like I think, like, I don't know. I'm kind of high on both guys. I think both guys fly under the radar because they couldn't win a championship because of Jordan and the Bulls. But yeah, I think both guys are underrated. But no, it's not crazy. You can argue Barkley over Malone.
That's Karl Malone. He played with the Utah Jazz, got to the final twice, but lost. Malone got 2 MVPs, right? In the 90s.
Yeah, dude. Like
99 and 97.
Yeah, and like he and Jordan, like, they stole each other's MVPs. Like in 97 he should have been MJ, and then in 98 he should have been Malone. Like they stole each other's MVPs.
I agree. Then I had like in a lower tier, Scottie Pippen and John Stockton.
Yeah, yeah. You
But
could add Patrick
they were
Ewing
never
there too.
close, right? They were never close to being one of or the best player in the world.
Yeah, yeah. Add Patrick Ewing to that list too.
Oh, yeah. The Jamaican center, Patrick Ewing.
Amazing 1990 season, man. His 1990 season was amazing.
Then in the 90s, I don't think I think we are covered for the 90s, right? Then 2000s, I got Allen Iverson.
Yeah, that's a good name. That's a good name.
Also won MVP, got to the finals, couldn't win. Faced the Lakers in the finals, gave them 41, I think, in game one, beat them, then lost 4 straight.
Yeah, one of the best little guys ever, right? Allen Iverson, one of the best little guards ever.
For sure, he was probably 5'11" on a good day.
Yeah, he was 5'11".
Then 2000s, I got Steve Nash. That's a good name too.
Great mention, man. Steve Nash, great mention.
Very underrated as an. I'm not gonna call him an offensive GOAT, or maybe we can, but I don't think he's appreciated enough.
No, he's not. And his Phoenix Suns team basically started playing the run and gun style, like the 2020s basketball, but like 15 years earlier, right?
Oh yeah, and I saw a video. I think it was Steve Nash with Bill Simmons, and Steve Nash was saying that they should have doubled down. Play smaller, play faster, shoot way more threes. Because at that time it was very revolutionary what they were doing. But another thing that I like about Steve Nash is the fact that he can probably join any team and make them better. He played with Dirk, with Amari Stoudemire. It's like he never battled with another star or another superstar. Like it's my team. I need the ball.
Nash for me is also a top 5 point guard of all time.
For sure. I'm not gonna call myself a huge Nash fan, but I'm for across the time I've been getting more of a fan of him. I've become a fan of him.
I mean, you can't argue with the offensive results. Like Dallas and Phoenix had a ridiculously good offense with Nash playing, right? And people always bring up his defense. It's like, oh, but the defense sucked and Nash wasn't a good defender. And I say, sure, he wasn't a good defender, but he's a point guard, right? The reason those Phoenix teams had such bad defense was because of Amari. Amari couldn't defend anybody, and he was the center.
And he was a little bit undersized too, right?
Yeah, imagine if instead of Amari they had Tyson Chandler. Imagine.
Or I was thinking about another center. What about Dwight Howard?
Yeah, imagine instead of Amari they had Dwight. They would have three-peated or something. They would have won a bunch of titles.
I've been not working, but I would like to create something like this, like a simulation, for a video, a very simplistic version of a video game, where you can put let's see how we would have went with the 06 Phoenix Suns with replacing Amari Stoudemire for Tyson Chandler or Dwight Howard. That's something that I'm very not obsessed, but interested in, creating a simulation.
If you replace him with Dwight, I would guarantee that they're gonna win a championship. At least one title. At least one title, guaranteed.
Wow, probably that 07 when Nash got suspended. No, where who it was, the French guy.
Diaw and Amari, yeah. Diaw and Amari.
Wow, that's a good one, man. That's a good one.
Dude, listen, listen, you replace Amari with Dwight, their defense becomes elite, right? And Dwight's numbers get juiced a lot from playing with Nash, right? Dwight would start putting up 25 a game on better efficiency because Nash is gonna give him so many dunks and alley-oops, right?
crazy passer. Nash, crazy passer. Like, but I'm not. It's, to me, I put like a separation between like a white chocolate and a Steve Nash. You know, both of them were flashy, but I think Steve Nash flashiness was like more functional. You know.
Nash is ridiculous, man. Nash is ridiculous. Like, the only reason I don't put him as like the offensive GOAT or like in that conversation is because he never won a ring. It's like you have to respect guys who actually won. So like, but I feel bad about it because I think Nash should be in the conversation, right?
Yup. And he also never made the finals, but and won back-to-back MVPs. And I think Steve Nash is probably the only player in NBA history that won back-to-back MVPs and was never the best player, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So then we got Dwayne Wade.
Hell of a player, man. Hell of a player. Like, Dwayne Wade flies under the radar because, like, I don't know why. Like, people just like the 2006 title, they're like, oh, he had Shaq. It's like, sure, he had Shaq, but
Or the free throws.
Shaq was averaging what, like 12 points a game in the finals, and Wade was averaging like 34. Like what are we talking about? Like Wade was the reason they won that title in 06.
How much tarnished Dwayne Wade's legacy, quote unquote, in the public's eye what happened in 2014, you know? Because he got older. The Miami Heat didn't win more titles because of Dwayne Wade and his knees, you know? It's like that's part of it too, right?
Yeah,
the
like
narrative and the injuries.
yeah. Basically the LeBron
I
the
didn't say
LeBron
it. I didn't say it.
the LeBron media turned on Dwayne Wade, right? Like that's what happened.
Damn,
right?
that's a fact. That's a
But the
fact.
thing is, when you look at his stats, right? Like 2014, his stats were way down. Like the last year LeBron was there, his stats were way down. And then LeBron went to Cleveland, and then Wade's numbers actually went way up, right? In like 2015, 16.
Oh yeah.
What?
And by that time he was like on the downside, right? Even though he was getting more numbers.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like his numbers went up. Even like Wade in 2016 could still give you like 22, 23 points a game. Like his numbers went up again.
Oh yeah, for sure. Another player from the 2000s, Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, yeah, he was more 2010s, but yeah, Chris
Yep.
Paul is. I don't know. People are gonna hate me for this, but Chris Paul to me is not a top 5 point guard. He wouldn't make my top 5.
So let me guess. Magic, Steph, Oscar, Nash. Let me guess the number 5.
Yeah,
Number five point guards.
we
Jason
talked
Kidd.
about him. We talked about him today.
Damn. It's not Jason Kidd, right?
Nope, we talked about him today on today's episode.
Point guards. Not Bob. Who?
80s,
80s. Oh, Isaiah Thomas. Damn.
Isaiah.
Top 5. I obviously most people wouldn't agree with that, but I don't see it like a hot take, you know.
No, I would honestly, like, it's close. I don't think it's like crazy to compare or something, but I would have Isaiah over Chris Paul because I think Chris Paul is another player who looks better in the regular season than in the playoffs. Because in the playoffs he always either gets injured or he runs into tough matchups. Like he has to play against bigger, stronger players, which I think doesn't work that well for him. Like he doesn't have that kind of like fire where he takes over the game by himself the way that Isaiah Thomas did, right? Like he puts a team on his shoulders and scores like 26 points in the fourth quarter. Like Chris Paul never does that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Chris Paul never does that. Like like if I have a game on the line and I have to have either Chris Paul or Isaiah, I'm gonna take Isaiah. Like it's gonna be close, but I'm gonna take Isaiah.
I would probably too. What about Jerry West? Do you got him in the point guards or shooting guards?
No, Jerry West to me is the shooting guard.
Yeah, I agree with it. Because who was there at that time? Gail Goodrich was the point guard.
Yeah, like in that era, they didn't really differentiate between point guards and shooting guards, but I think Jerry was playing more like a shooting guard. Like he was looking to score
Oh yeah,
more.
definitely.
Like I don't know, like same with Iverson. Like Iverson's a shooting guard. Um, SGA to me is a shooting guard too. Like Shea is a shooting guard also.
But not Steph, right? You got Steph as obviously as your number 2 point guard of all time.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I've heard people say that Steph is also a shooting guard. I don't know. Like I guess if you have a problem with that, you could also say Steph is a shooting guard.
If we consider Steph, I'm obviously off the dome asking you this. If we consider Steph a shooting guard, would he be higher than Kobe? Is he
No,
closer?
not to me. I think I would. I don't
Overweight
know.
for sure, right? Overweight.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't know. I still think of Steph as being a point guard. Like I don't know. Like he brings the ball up and he tries to set up people. And that's
Oh
the
yeah,
way.
but not most of the time, but a lot of times he's setting up people playing off ball.
I know. Like it's tough with Steph. Like I think early in his career, like 2013, 14, 15, he was playing more point guard, and then after
Oh
he
yeah, yeah.
started playing
With
more
Mark
off
Jackson,
ball.
right?
So yeah, like he's a difficult one. I don't know. I always group him as a point guard, but
But
I don't
but
know.
no
Like you
matter
could.
no matter if we put him as a point guard or as a shooting guard, he's great and he's top 3 either shooting guard or point guard.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though I would think of him like this in the same realm as Jerry Iverson, Shea probably.
Yeah.
So 2010s, I got Westbrook. I got
Yeah.
Westbrook,
Russell Westbrook.
KD, Derrick Rose 1 year when he won MVP, James Harden, Kawhi.
Yeah, I think the two biggest names I think are KD and Kawhi. Like those are the guys that you can argue were the best players in the league. I think the other guys were never the best in the league. I don't know. I think you can't say Westbrook was ever the best in the league, and same with Harden. I don't think he was ever the best in the league.
Yup. Westbrook was probably top 5 at some point, right? In the middle
Yeah,
of the 2010s, top 5.
yeah. Same with
But
Harden. Same with Harden.
yup. So then I got Joel Embiid, the process, aka the process, aka I'm the only MVP ever who has never played in the second or in the conference finals. And I got Luka Doncic. Hey, let me ask you this. Is it a disappointment if Luka never gets to the best player in the world conversation?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Damn. I
By
agree
the,
with you. I agree with you.
by the way, um, I think Luca actually. It's funny because this just came in my head because we talked about him to start today's episode. I think Luca has a lot of similarities with Oscar. Actually, when you think about it,
Tall,
Luca has some
scoring.
similarities with Oscar. Like he's a big guard who plays a very like methodical pace. Like backs smaller players to the basket. Can shoot from the outside. Although Luca is the worst defender, but I think there's some similarities though, like with
and
Oscar and Luca,
um
right?
and similarities when it comes also similarities when it comes to like the play style, their play style.
Play style and triple doubles and like a lot of similarities.
That's a good one. Yeah, yeah. Like I read somewhere that at that time some teammates I think of Oscar Robertson were like they were not very happy with the way that he was playing because he was um He was on the ball a lot,
Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know. I still think overall, I think maybe Luka can improve, but I still think overall, like Oscar is better all time than Luka, just because of defense and because he was better at pushing the ball on the fast break, like compared to Luka. Luka kind of struggles in transition. Luka doesn't like to play transition basketball. He only plays half court, right? He never pushes the ball.
Yep. Oh, I saw on Twitter like an article somewhere that they were finding comparison on overlapping traits and tendencies between Luka and Pete Maravich.
Okay, okay. Oh man, Pete Maravich, great mention by the way. Yeah,
Pistol Pete, probably one of the coldest nicknames ever, right?
dude, you gotta watch some of his. Like, there isn't a lot of full
In
games that you can
Havana,
watch.
playing
There
for the
isn't a lot of
Hawks.
full games you can watch, but like those highlight reels, man, Pistol Pete, like holy moly.
Oh yeah, I remember him a little bit because of LSU. I think he held the record at one point, most points ever in a collegiate career.
Yeah, yeah, 60 points. Yeah,
Oh, with no 3-point line at that time.
Pete Maravich, man, running fast breaks in the 70s, like no look passes, like wrist passes, like all that.
Who did he play with?
New Orleans Jazz.
Oh no, but my bad. Like who? One of the teammates. Who did he play with?
I have no idea, man. He didn't have many good
Yeah,
teammates in the
that
70s.
that that's a good question. I'm gonna check that later too. Like what were Pete Maravich's best teammates?
Poor guy died at 40 years old too, eh? He had some kind of heart defect.
Oh yeah. Do you know that he said he said like I want to retire early because I don't want to die at 40 years old, in a basketball court and die by a heart attack and that's the way that he died. He not premeditated, but like he anticipated his own death.
It's insane. It's insane.
Pete Maravich. Let's close with Shea. Because some people would say, "Oh, Shea, why is not Shea in the best player in the league this year?" I think he's close, but you are going against Jokic. It's like you are going against Mount Rushmore, like you are going against like Mount Everest. It's not that easy to climb that goddamn mount.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Shea is unreal though. Shea is really good. I think it's close this year. Like we talked about in the best player in the world pod, Jokic versus SGA. I think it's very close.
Yep, I think he's very close too. He'll probably end up winning MVP this year. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens in the playoffs. I think they are 6-6 in the last 12 games. They are on a down. How can I say, like bad stretch? 6-6.
Are they that bad? 6-6?
Yeah, they. If I'm not mistaken, let me check that right now. Thunder
Holy
versus.
moly, that's horrible, man.
Yeah. Thank you, man. You didn't mind your words. That was the correct way of saying it. They beat the Jazz, lost to the Hornets, lost to the Suns, beat the Warriors, beat the Blazers, beat the Thunder, beat the Hawks. Oh yeah, they are not. They are not. Or they were at some point. Maybe before the Jazz game, they were 6-6.
How about Wemby, man? There's some people saying Wemby is the GOAT.
Oh, he can be, but I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen. Maybe at the beginning of the season we saw it, but he's not right now. As of right now, he's not as impactful. On offense, he's the best defender in the league, but on offense, he's not as impactful as other players. But he'll be a monster in within 5 years, within 3 years.
Yeah, and I was gonna say he has to show that he can last through the season. He's getting injured a lot.
Oh yeah, he hyperextended his knee, I think, in one of like last week. He came back, but the main thing about Wemby is like, as you were saying, proving that you can stay healthy and show in and show what you have.
Yeah, did you see how thin his legs are? Like, I don't know, I get scared watching him. Every time he jumps, I have a feeling he's gonna break his leg. Like,
Yeah, even though he's like working on like Pilates and yoga, but he's very not skinny, but he's not built like like he will be in the future.
he's like a 7'4" player, and like his leg is like the same thickness as my arm. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
So we need to share, we need to send Wemby, like protein shakes, beef. We need to protein.
Yeah, he's gotta beef up those legs, man.
Definitely. So I think that was a great podcast, man.
Yeah,
55 minutes.
yeah. Yeah.
So
And
let me
Wemby,
pitch.
if you heard us, don't skip leg day, okay? Wemby, don't skip leg day.
Thank you. That was a good one. That's a great way of ending the show. Let me pitch this. What about the top 10 scorers for maybe next podcast or next episode?
Oh man, top 10 score of all time or in the NBA today?
No. Yeah. Thank you. This season.
Ah, this season. Okay. We can do an all-time one as well, but let's do this season first.
Yup. So maybe y'all heard what will be in the cook for next episode. We are here. This was episode 7. So once again, I appreciate you being here, man. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, man. Always.
So that's it for today's episode. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you never miss a show. And we are out. See y'all next time.
See y'all later.